Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another session of random conversations with Sue and Cathy, or Cathy and Sue, however,
Either
Cathy
way.
and Sue, because we do it by alphabetical order.
Oh, do we? Okay. I didn't know that. Makes no difference to me. I remember many years ago when I first started working, I was working in an air, it was an engineering department anyway, whatever place it was. It was a
Okay.
federal government department. And of course, there were lots of people working there, right? Lots of staff. And there was a colleague of mine at my level, admin, who was preparing the agenda notes. And there was this big discussion about what order do you put the names in?
Ah, well, I'm just going to do the land acknowledgement and then I will address that.
Okay,
Okay,
go
I
ahead.
come to you from the unceded territories, unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish people, in particular the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I do a land acknowledgement as a matter of my small contribution to the ongoing process of the healing and reconciliation for our First Nations. Cathy, you are coming to us from.
Oh, I'm in Victoria. I forgot. I was going to say Vancouver. I was like, no, no, no. Across the street from Vancouver. I'm in Victoria. And our land acknowledgement is for the Lekwungen people, Lekwungen speaking people, particularly where I am on the South Island, Esquimalt and Songhees Nations.
Right. So for a government agenda, how we would do it is a rank and file. So if you had an executive director, a director, a manager, and then policy analysts, it
Okay.
would be put in that order.
Right.
But yeah, but in theater, we always the cast is always named in alphabetical order.
Okay, right. Not okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this discussion, of course, the manager of the particular unit would be first, but then when everybody's sort of the same, doing the same work,
Oh
I
yeah.
I suggested alphabetical. They just laughed at me. So
Really?
yes. I mean, that made total sense to me, but what do
It
I
makes
know?
total sense to me too.
Anyway,
That's
I
what
don't
I would have
remember
done.
what was finally decided upon, but okay, fine.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Those meeting notes are long gone.
I guess it does depend. Some people do care, right? And if your name is in the Z area, maybe you mind always being last. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. We have, yeah, well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
I mean, you could flip it. You could reverse alphabetize it.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. But actually, we decided to come together today to, this is not what we started to talk about in
No.
the agendas.
But it is called random thoughts, so I just thought I'd throw that in.
Sure. Well, I have speaking of randomness, I'm doing a board development workshop on
Oh,
Saturday. I'm facilitating one. So,
good. Good, good, good. How are
yeah.
you feeling about it?
Good,
Yeah,
good. So, yeah, I think it'll be fun.
you're
I
all
hope
ready?
it'll be fun. Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I, I'm always ready. So, or not,
Or
and
not.
you just show up and make it happen because
It is what it is when it
that
happens.
that's
Okay.
right. That's
All
right.
right.
But
Yeah.
no, I'm ready.
We were
So,
going to talk music. You're the professional.
oh
I'm the
no, I'm not a
listener.
professional by
Oh, you're
any stretch
not.
of the imagination. No,
Oh,
no,
oh, oh. Okay.
no, no. I'm
I'm
just a
certainly
lover of
not.
music.
Okay. I was gonna ask you what do you call that thing where you get this song in your head and you can't get rid of it?
An earworm.
An earworm. I've got those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Th Those are great.
Right
Sometimes.
now it's Purple Rain.
Oh, wow. Prince's Purple Rain. That's amazing. That's a good one.
Don't well, I think I know why. So, I watch YouTube a lot, and they constantly feed me music uh,
Mm,
videos, right?
yeah.
And so I think this one comes from one of those, national contestant type shows.
Oh yeah, like America's Got Talent or
I don't
something
like
like
that. Yeah, I
that.
don't know which one it was, but
Yeah, yeah.
this fellow, this very old fellow, I don't know, 50s maybe, came on.
It's not very old.
He's younger than me. But so many of these contestants are like 10.
Yeah, I know, I know. Yeah.
They're amazing, these kids.
Oh, I know. But
Anyway,
so the 50-year-old be, I would say mature. I wouldn't call him old. Jeez
I,
Louise.
I will correct my language to be politically correct. Anyway, he
I
came
think
on
that's
and
most of my
sang,
subscribers just saying like they're 50
okay,
plus. So they're gonna be like commenting, "We're not old."
well, good. That's good. And I'm saying, grab your coffee and join us.
That's right. Okay, so anyways, Purple Rain.
So this fellow came on and, 50s, and they sort of, how sometimes they look at the contestant and they kind of smirk and,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
what's this guy going to do? He belted out Purple Rain like you wouldn't believe.
Nice.
He was amazing. And so
Cool.
now it's stuck in my head.
All right. All right. Well, as you know, I work front of house for a theater, and I'll see a show a number of times. And if we do musicals, those get stuck in your head. So we always know like, okay, which songs are going to be the earworms.
Okay.
And it depends on the score, but there are some that re are really what I call sticky. And those are like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have one of those
You'll be
songs
listening
running
to
through
it.
my
Oh
head. And
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
So yeah. Yeah.
And we did a rental down at the Lindsay Family Stage on Granville Island. And we did there's a theater company out of Richmond called Satora, and they just did Grease.
Okay.
Yeah. And like every high school theater from
That's
the
Greece.
it has, oh yeah, everybody does
Oh,
Grease, but
okay.
Satora did it. So anyways, they had uh and as we were ending the night, one of my colleagues and or fellow staff members started singing one of the songs or the last song, and I went, "No, that is not allowed to be an earworm. Do not make the curtain call song for this show my earworm."
Yeah. Oh golly.
Yeah, so
A
then it
lot.
ended up being there were some other songs from that show that ended up
Well,
sticking.
there's so many, right? You could force one of the worms out and bring another one in.
It's sometimes, yeah, yeah. But then I just went back to our other musical that we just had at the BFL Stanley stage, which was Kimberly Akimbo. Not really well known, but
Mhm. Mhm.
but a really good score. There's some great songs in that one.
Yeah.
So I would just go and get those. I would just go, no, think about this song instead.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you sing or play anything?
I used to play piano. I took piano
Okay.
lessons. I've
Yeah.
taken voice lessons, but I suck as a singer.
No.
My niece is pitch perfect,
Oh, wow. How
but
did you
she does.
skip that, Gene?
No, that's from her dad's side.
Oh, okay. That's how you
Uh,
skipped it.
she's my niece from my sister. So, but we all like music.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've all taken piano lessons. My sisters and I all took piano lessons, and I've taken voice lessons, and I used to sing in a choir,
Mhm.
but that's it. You just don't want me singing.
Well, I've always wanted to sing, even as a kid, but I've never been very good at it, and I never took lessons. When I started doing my videos a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, whatever it was, I thought, oh, my voice, you know how your own voice in your own head sounds different than it
Hmm.
does out in public?
Hmm.
Well, my voice is actually better now, but my voice I always felt sounded quite gravelly, and I didn't think I wanted that sound on a video. So I went to a voice coach who was in my neighborhood, and she's a wonderful musician, and teacher and singer. She told me a few things to do, but I don't. You have to practice what you're taught.
Yeah, so hydration's important for your voice,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and also breathing. So because your
Okay,
vocal cords are it's the vibration.
right.
This is how they
I
work.
noticed my voice is a bit softer today, and I'm not sure why, except I've started drinking warm water all day long.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think I'm not doing it intentionally for my voice, but I think it's making a difference actually.
It would, yeah,
Yeah. Hmm,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I tried many instruments when I was a kid because in my school
Hmm.
you could have, I think, rent an instrument, it was
Yep,
free. It was
yep,
free in the school. And
yep.
so I tried violin. I'm not, I just patience is not a virtue of mine.
Mm.
And so the practice that was required to get anywhere near decently competent it was just not my DNA. So I tried violin, I tried piano. My parents even brought in a kind of a piano that has numbers. It has
Oh
its
yeah,
own
yeah.
system. They tried that. I'm not sure if I tried anything else. But I
Anything?
just
Yeah.
no, I just I love music. I love all kinds of music, but I'm like the audience.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And it does, it takes hours and hours and hours of practice.
And you have to really want to do it, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
have sung in a choir. I mean, I did get my little bit of airtime, as it were.
Hmm.
But and here's something I learned in choir, and I try and remember when I'm singing just, at church,
Hmm.
that if you can hear yourself, you're singing too loud.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Everyone, so I'm singing because I want to hear myself. I want to know if I'm on pitch, right? And every once in a while, somebody in front of me will turn around. I'm like, okay, I'm too loud.
Well, that's for choir music, like if you're
Mhm.
singing, because the choir master is trying to manage the whole sound, so
Mhm.
like for the entire choir. So one of the things that we would do in choir is put our ears like do this
Oh,
if we were standing in rows so that
mhm.
we could hear who was behind us.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't
yeah,
do that one. Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
it was, yeah. I like singing in a choir.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's this
fun.
real sense of camaraderie and you're all kind of
Hmm.
working to the same goal. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, yeah. And it's fun. I'm a mezzo soprano, so I'm a second soprano, but then I prefer to sing alto because that's
Do
more
you?
comfortable.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm definitely alto and I range down to bass.
Wow.
I have a pretty deep voice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
I cannot get up there. In fact, at church, because they have the hymns have different ranges, I guess you'd say. When they
Hmm.
change, it's like I have to drop an octave because I can't get up there.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. My when I was taking voice lessons when I was probably late 20s, um the voice teacher was a musical theater voice teacher. So he
Hmm.
gave me like Christine from Phantom. I'm just like,
Oh, seriously?
yeah,
How
I was
did
like,
you?
yeah, no. Oh, and then he gave me I Could Have Danced All Night from My Fair Lady. I
Oh,
took it home. I started practicing it. And then I handed it back the next week going, no, I am not doing this song. And he goes, what's wrong? And I said, too high, hard, uh,
how did he end up giving
requires
it
so
to
much
you if
breath.
you couldn't reach it?
Huh?
How did he end up giving it to you when you couldn't reach it? Did he
Oh,
not?
no, I could reach it. I
Oh,
I
you just
can
didn't
go
want
that
to.
high. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have a pretty good range, I suppose. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, yeah.
Any musicians listening to this would be like, Sue, no.
Uh,
Yeah. But no, he like I had a like I could. get that high, but
Hmm.
yeah. And that was when I was younger. So, and your voice
Uh,
changes over time.
and yeah, I was going to say, especially if you're not using it.
Right,
Like
right.
I know that I've just kind of heard snippets of like professional singers, and they, they sometimes lament the fact that their voice is changing. It's not the young voice that they reached fame with.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, and we're doing Elf the musical, and the young boy that we hired to play the boy in the show,
yeah.
they have to be at a certain stage. They can't be into puberty because
Uh-huh.
their male voice changes
Yeah.
dramatically
Oh, yeah. Huge.
um, once they hit. So that's always a bit of a challenge. And like if they're 12 or 13 and we bring them in and they something happens during the run of the
Oh
show.
boy. Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. But no, I think they already cast it, and I think I don't know.
That's when
Yeah,
you
I
need
don't
an
know about
understudy, isn't it?
that. Well, it's a Christmas show, so we always need understudies because it's cold
Okay.
and flu season. So
Oh, golly. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, you know lots of people in the biz then.
I do. I
Hmm.
do know a number of people. And the people that I really admire are the sound designers for shows.
Mm.
And of course the conductors
Yeah.
for the shows because they have they're sonically tuned to the environment. And
Yeah.
that's really cool in my opinion.
The technical side of music,
Um,
well, at least sound production.
Well, or
Mhm.
the more creative side,
Oh, yeah.
I would
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how
Mhm.
I would put it anyway. Yeah, because they're thinking about all the things. What's the mood I'm trying to set?
Right. Yeah.
And what does this mean? Yeah, and how does this relate to the whole arc of the story?
Hmm.
I mean, the score is the score, and the
Hmm.
songs are the songs,
Hmm.
or the lyrics are the songs. Um,
Hmm.
so those are there, but they're like all of that stuff needs to be put in together. And then, of course, there's the people singing the songs that have to um, put a level of interpretation in that as well.
Yes, exactly. I find that quite interesting. And I mean, I'm just a consumer, and mostly what I am exposed to is on television. And
Mm,
I really do like the sort of national contestant shows. I don't want to name any in particular, but actually they're all quite interesting. And I just am so, if you can be proud for somebody else, I am.
hmm
I am just so in awe of those folks. I mean, they're just ordinary people doing ordinary things, but they really love to sing or
hmm
play an instrument or whatever. And so they get up there, they put it all on show, put it all out there to be criticized or praised or whatever comes their way, right? They just need to do it. I'm just so in awe of that.
Right.
I mean, I sit there in my little easy chair behind me here and smile. I'm just smiling the whole time because I just so appreciate their dedication. And they're
Mhm.
even more than that, it's like a drive, right?
Yeah. Well, a, l- it's something they just feel they have to do, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know a person who who was in a band a number of years ago for a long time and actually was moved from that to um, I think being like a promoter or something. He was behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
And I was watching something on TV and as usual. and and I'm thinking, and I often do think sometimes these bands have been playing for a long time. Like, don't they get sick of singing those songs? Same old song. decade after decade. And so I asked my friend, I said, like, don't they get tired of it? Didn't you get tired of it? No, no, he said it's just sort of part of you.
Hmm.
And it's the audience reaction that sort of um, kindles the fire, keeps the fire going. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's why, like, for a band that's been playing the same music for a long time or has new, like,
Yeah.
once they release a new album and they'll go
Yeah.
on to tour that album, they'll play that album, but at the end of the show, they're playing their standards that everybody knows, and the
Yeah.
audience will lift their voice and sing
Yes.
along, and that inspires, like, that gives them energy, right?
I can see that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen Blue Rodeo in concert,
Oh, yeah.
and I know a lot of their
Yeah.
songs by heart.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
you
just,
get to sing along as the audience, right?
oh, yeah. Yeah. I
Part of
mean,
the
there's
energy.
some songs that I won't sing along to because I just go, yeah, no. But others, like, I'm like there and I'm lifting my voice and I'm help
Yeah.
and they're tired by the end of the concert
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they encourage you to sing along because they need your energy.
Okay. It's a symbiotic
Well,
thing.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
they receive it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why you have
Yeah.
curtain call at the end of show.
Yeah.
The actors are tired.
Yes. Yeah.
So you go and lift them up and praise them for what they did.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
I had a thought that just kind of zipped in and zipped out again. I'll share it if it pops
Yeah,
up
go.
again. Something about something about being an audience member.
Yeah.
I've never been a concert goer. It just mainly because I don't like crowds. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
very crowds are just very hard on my energy field.
Hmm. I don't love crowds either. I'm glad I work in a small house.
Right. So will you say you go to Blue Rodeo concerts?
Yeah, like
Are they
so
huge?
and that's when I was younger. I find as I'm older,
Uh,
I can't manage the
no.
crowds as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah.
even like there, it takes me, if we have a full house at the Stanley, which is still relatively a small house, it's like
Hmm.
600 and
Hmm.
change.
Yeah.
And if we have a full house at the Stanley and I'm working that show, it takes me about 2 hours to wind down.
I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
after
that.
that.
Yeah. Partly, and my husband was and his family were real football fans. You know, they lived in Winnipeg and they were Blue Bomber fans.
Oh
They had
yeah.
season tickets and all that. So I would go because it was his thing. Certainly it wasn't mine. But the part that first of all, I didn't really understand the game. He would try to, it's like,
Love
okay.
football.
But
Canadian
the
football's
worst,
fun. Going downs, man.
getting there was okay because everybody arrives sort of at their own time. They're doing their own thing, whatever. And then eventually the game's on. But then everybody leaves at the same time. Oh, I hate that part.
Mm.
So chaotic. To me, it's very chaotic. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That
I
would be the same in concerts. It would be the energy would be even higher, I would think.
hmm
It's over, everybody's like hyped up, and then they're
Yeah.
all leaving at the same time. Ugh.
Yeah. And then I know it, yeah, it's true. It's true.
Sorry to any of our viewers who are like, what is she
Well,
talking about?
I prefer to watch football on television. A, because it's you're in the comfort of your home.
Right,
So you can manage the environment.
exactly.
And see, because yeah, you don't have like the crowds. When I watch American football, like
Hmm. Hmm.
NFL and
Hmm.
AFL, I'm just like, those stadiums are freaking
They're
huge.
enormous. Can you
I'm just like,
believe it? I'd be like, okay, we're going to stay for dinner. We're going to wait for the entire stadium to empty out, and then we could go home.
yeah. Well, and it's interesting because they're part of my job
Hmm.
at the theater is to clear the house once it's
Uh,
done. So if you
right.
want to sit around and wait, I'm like, nope, sorry, you got to
You're not
go.
going to let them. Oh,
No, I'm not going to let them. And I was saying,
but you're
hi,
not dealing with
sorry,
as big a
I'm doing
crowd,
my
though.
job. I need to ask you to leave
Uh,
right now, please. And there's people who are really slow in getting ready, and you're just like,
well, I think there might be a difference if you're leaving like a stadium, as you are for
mhm.
a concert or a game.
Yeah,
Everybody's heading to their car because there's nowhere else to go. But if you're
right.
leaving a theater, there's usually restaurants and other things like they're usually in the middle of a an urban setting.
Yeah.
So you may go to your car, but you might also go to a bar or
Yeah.
restaurant, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Most people just want to head home. They've already had dinner, like if for especially in
Uh,
the evening performances.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
But
there's one in town here. I'm sure there is in Vancouver, but Grant and I used to like to go to the dinner theater.
oh yeah, yeah.
So in Winnipeg, um, and Edmonton too,
Yeah, there's one in
dinner
Edmonton for
theater.
sure.
You
Yeah.
could go for dinner.
Yeah.
And you would be always in your same seat. So you'd go to your seat. That would be your seat for the evening. You'd
Right.
have dinner, and then when dinner was finished, the play would start. I
Yeah.
really liked that. That was
So in Edmonton, it's the Mayfield Theater.
it's a witch?
The Mayfield,
Mayfield. I'm sure I've been there. I'm sure I've been there. I just
probably.
where remind me where the Mayfield is.
West. It's where is
Oh,
it?
I know. Yes, coming
Yeah,
to
yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't it's not downtown. The downtown
No.
theater is the Citadel.
Yeah.
Citadel's pretty awesome, I'd say.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What are they doing? They're good. And yeah, like the Windspear, I worked front of house for the Windspear, which is
Mhm.
the home of the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. And
Oh,
that's a 2,000 seat
yeah.
um venue.
Yeah.
So that those were busy.
I do like orchestra. Yeah, I
Mm.
do. Yeah, I like to go in person
Hmm.
to listen to an orchestra. I don't care for opera though.
It's true. Opera has some taste. I like the accessible ones. Puccini, give me a little bit of Puccini every day of the week, but anything else, and I'm like, well,
You know, the challenge for me with opera is knowing what they're saying, like because
mm,
it's a story that we're being told, but it's in a different language that I don't speak, and I can't hear the words anyway.
hmm,
And then nowadays there's this like banner across the top of the stage that will tell you what the words are. But then
right,
for me anyway, I'm sure there's an art to it. You're either reading the banner or you're watching the stage, but you don't get to do both. I
right,
don't I haven't mastered that particular skill. So I just don't find it a very satisfying evening
right, right.
from that point of view.
I uh, I I used to like a Saturday afternoon at the opera on CBC
Okay.
because you'd get an introduction to the story, they'd tell you what it was, and they'd give you all the characters and give you the
Oh,
whole thing, and then you could like just it didn't matter whether or not you knew the language, you just got
and
to
you
listen
just
to the
enjoy the
music.
music.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to have opera.
Well,
And
and that's kind of a pre-opera prep, right? Because you
yeah,
can read the story anywhere, but part what you're not getting, I would say, is what is each character saying in each part of that, like unless you have lyrics, unless lyrics are available somewhere.
have you ever watched a movie on silent? Like a
No,
real movie, like not
no,
a silent movie. Have you ever watched a movie on silence?
no.
Oh, okay. So I used to take the Red Arrow from Edmonton to Calgary when I'd have
Yeah,
to travel for business.
yeah.
And I would never pay to watch the movie, but it would come on the screen anyway.
Well, of course. Yeah, yeah.
So I'd watch the movie and I wouldn't hear it. but like I could tell you the whole I could tell you the story without knowing what they said.
Yeah,
And so
in
yeah,
a
I guess
broad brush.
that's with opera too. Like you may not
Yeah,
know what they're saying, but you're watching the action on the stage and
the
doing the thing.
broad brush level of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you
yeah.
think the lyric, like the, don't you think the text is important in some cases?
Sure, but
But you don't care. Okay.
doesn't matter. Like just take it from where you are, man. Like take it where you're at.
The music is usually wonderful. So
Yeah, yeah.
at
And the
that
music
level,
sets the tone. Like it tells
yeah.
you that it goes deep when there's terrible things happening on stage. And then it goes lighter when things happen and there's a happy resolution.
Yeah.
And then there's always the poor angsting moments of woe is me. Yeah, all the things.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is there any aspect of music we haven't talked about yet?
I don't know, but we don't have very much time left.
No.
No.
I discovered that there are at least two that I think I was aware of a while ago, flamenco
Oh
companies here in
yeah,
town.
that's
And I
cool.
went out to see them um, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I don't, fantastic. It is probably my favorite kind of music because, but it also has to be paired with the dancers and the guitar playing, like the
Hmm.
solo. It's astounding stuff.
Yeah, it's good music.
Passionate. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
can just see all the workers coming in at the end of a hard work day, hanging out in the bar and just like letting loose, right? That's how it was born, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming off the fields.
Yeah. Well, Sue, this has been fun.
Yeah, to be sure. All right. Join the fun, peeps.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, share.
We should have done that at the beginning.
Well, yeah, I know.
We'll have to remember the next few times we do this that I encourage people to begin with because, like, we want interaction, right?
Yes.
What do you
It's
want these two
also
crazy
inclined.
women to talk about? Join the conversation.
Join the crazy conversation. Just
Yeah.
random thoughts on stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Kathy, always a pleasure.
Cheers. Have a lovely weekend coming up. Well, I guess
Thank you.
that's when we're
Or whenever
recording
you
it.
see
Yeah.
this, have
Yeah.
great days ahead.
Good.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.